here is failure to communicate.
I'm really not that smart. I'm just not as dumb as you. Welcome to another Frog Legs Minute, a public service of intellectual frog legs. We're kind of like NPR, except, well, we're not communists and we don't get free money. Yeah. Yes, you can make donations. Thanks for asking.
When you're strange.
Ted Cruz went all Mr. Smith Goes to Washington on Mitch McConnell. So a few days ago, Ted Cruz exposes Mitch McConnell for the lying sack of turtle crap that he is. And by the way, the entire Cruz speech is over the website, and you need to see it. It should be posted under this video. But anyway, all but one of Ted's claims are easily verified, which we'll get into in just a second. But America did vote for a Republican majority to stop Obama. Not to whisper sweet nothings in his ear and to give him back rubs and to pass his agenda, but Turtlehead Mitch McConnell and his misty-eyed helper John Boehner over in the House, they've done nothing different than Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi would have done. I mean, you can't even argue it. They passed 100% of Obama's budget. They fully funded Obamacare. They fully funded his unconstitutional amnesty. And how many times have we raised the debt ceiling? Well, wouldn't that be nice to have at home? That's okay, honey. I'll raise the debt ceiling. And then they give Obama their treaty powers for this Iran deal. They've looked the other way on the IRS targeting and on the VA patient abuse. And to top it off, they approved radical Attorney General Loretta Lynch, who I'm convinced is just Eric Holder, who shaved his mustache. The new boss is pretty much the same as the old boss.
Meet the new boss. Same as the old boss.
There is a profound disappointment among the American people because we keep winning elections and then we keep getting leaders who don't do anything they promised.
This is why people like Ted. You got a senator standing up not only to his own party, but to an entire corrupt system, the Washington cartel, and their taxpayer-funded gravy train. Ted Cruz is a brave man. Think about it.
I got a gal, she lives on the hill. She won't do it, but her sister will when she boogie.
And if your senator's not standing with Ted right now, then he or she is part of the problem, and they need to be challenged. Go get them. Go on. We'll wait. Now let's look at Ted's accusation that Mitch lied to his face and to the faces of over 50 other Republican senators. Days have passed, and you only have one senator attempt to dispute Ted's claim. And that's his fellow Texan, John Cornyn. His fellow Texan. Old rhino. You know, with friends like John, who needs an enema? Now remember, the vast majority of Congress is just a bunch of lawyers, something like 98% or some ridiculous figure like that. But it's important to know that Cornyn didn't come out and say Ted Cruz was lying. Oh, no. Like a good lawyer, he chose his words carefully, adding unnecessary specificity in case, down the road he may need a little wiggle room. What a coward. What he said, quote, "There was no misrepresentation made by the majority leader on the Ex-Im Bank," end quote. Why didn't he just say Ted's not telling the truth? Because he's a coward and he knows Ted is telling the truth.
After that, I'm going to have a cheeseburger here with fries and a Coke and leave a nice tip for the waitress.
And then you had Senator Orrin Hatch. My gosh, he was in the Lincoln administration, I think. But he comes out and reads a statement of reprimand. The chair reminds all senators to follow the Senate rules of decorum, blah, 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 and not to engage in any conduct unworthy or unbecoming a senator. Unworthy or unbecoming a senator.
In blatant disregard of Senate rules.
So lying is within the rules of decorum, but pointing out that somebody lied is not. You know, we are sick of this crap. But you know what? But Ted still didn't back down.
A quote often attributed falsely to George Orwell. The sentiment has been expressed thusly: in a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act.
Do you use it? Gun range?
It's none of your business. It's really none of your business.
No. We're talking about illegal immigration, and everybody understands it. And you know what? That's a typical case. Wait, that's a typical case of the press with misinterpretation. They take a half a sentence, then they take a quarter of a sentence, they put it all together. It's a typical thing. And you're with Telemundo, and Telemundo should be ashamed. And I'll tell you something, what's really going to be fun? I'm right now suing Univision for $500 million, and I want to tell you, we're going to win a lot of money because of what they do. So I want to just, again, I want to thank you. No, you're finished.
Oh, I don't know. I never sent nor received any information that was classified at the time it was sent and received.
I'm the most anti-establishment speaker we've ever had.
I'm the best qualified to be Commander-in-Chief.
Planned Parenthood has apologized.
But by the way, where in the hell is Rand Paul and Marco Rubio? They just dropped significantly in my personal poll. You know, if we're going to make any serious effort at saving this country, this Mitch McConnell problem better be solved. I mean, because otherwise it doesn't matter who we elect. And I really have no tolerance for liars. And I have less tolerance when I'm lied to, but I don't recall ever being so cynical. Ever. And like a lot of people say, I love my country, but I am ashamed of our government.
I wanna heal, I wanna feel what I thought was never real. I wanna let go of the pain I felt so long. Erase all the pain till it's gone.
We're supposed to be a self-governing republic. Yeah, right. But sadly, as Mark Levin points out, we're now living in a post-constitutional America, and you cannot deny that. The Constitution means nothing, and our Congress has become nothing but kabuki theater to throw up smoke and mirrors as it has been. Remember the Secure Fence Act of 2006 to protect our southern border? Well, you know what? It passed overwhelmingly in both houses of Congress, and the American people cheered. Where's our fence? What happened to being the law of the land? We're sick of this crap. And it's only getting worse.
Rise up, children. Fight goes on and on. Rise up, children.
It's a Republican Party that's pushing people to Trump. And doggone it, I may go with them.
This is just what the doctor ordered.
And that's your world as I see it.
You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
Oh crap, we gotta go. I went over a minute again. Dang it. It's not that I'm long-winded, I'm just detail-oriented. Kind of like how people say, I'm not fat, I'm just big-boned. Anyway, I hope you'll come over and check out the full episodes at intellectualfroglegs.com, and the full episodes will return just as soon as we can raise a little more money. Make sure you subscribe to the show alerts, donate if you can, and thanks so much for being here. God bless.
In the midnight hour.